No, I don't have a different opinion about black people because a black president has now come because I don't know, it doesn't change anything. It's just the colour of his skin, and you know he could be just as smart, or you know, yeah. So I think it's cool. Yeah, I believe that any nationality is capable of becoming a president because, you know, we could just be as smart or, you know, it doesn't change anything. Also because I kind of feel that maybe that having a black president in America will have an influence on Australia in a sense too, like, because we've still got racist people down here. So I guess hopefully they'll, you know, learn from that and be able to accept what's happening in America, also what might happen down here.
First, I'll start by saying that I've never taken as much interest as I did with the last American presidential election ever before, as I did with the last one, and I think that I suppose it was a real milestone for not just Americans but for a lot of countries around the world. I think it was a really positive step in the way people feel about a real positive step in a multicultural society, and it's sort of a real step away from the notion that only, you know, one or the dominant member of a multicultural society can move up to become a president or a leader of that society. I think that there was also a lot of interest shown towards the election because of the some negative views that were instigated after the previous president was in office. I think that maybe I suppose a lot of negative views towards some of those policies were really formed among people around the world, not just inside America but in a lot of different countries, and I think that this also compounded the interest in the election and also of course the elect being a black man. I think it's very good for America, especially because I think there are a lot of people who might have been negative or might not have been that sort of for the idea of a black man becoming president, just because of history and because of how things were in the past. And I feel that that having, for example, Obama there and seeing what the wonderful things he's doing, I think that a lot of people will change their possibly preconceived ideas about the whole idea of the whole situation. So, as I said, I think it's a positive thing for all members of the community in the US. As for Australia and an Indigenous Australian becoming Prime Minister, first of all, I certainly think it's a possibility, and I have no problem at all with that at all. I suppose there are a couple of issues, I think, regarding that. First of all, the proportion of Indigenous Australians to other Asians of other Australians of other backgrounds is quite well. There are I think it's about 2 or 3% of Australians are Indigenous. So statistically, possibly is more difficult. But it's not just that. I feel that. See, I don't feel there's any problem whatsoever with that. It's just I think it'll take a while for we need to I suppose. Let me think. Let me stop.